Step 1, you need a credit card that allows you to earn points for every dollar that you spend. This strategy won't work if you're just using an EFTPOS card that is not going to accrue any points when you use it. You need to be using a card that will ideally earn membership points. Membership points are the bank's reward points, and often they will partner with lots of different airline programs, and you will be able to use those points and transfer them to different airline partners. Now, your second option is using a card that earns either Qantas or Velocity points. In my opinion, it's not as good because it locks your points inside that loyalty program. So when there's no reward seats, you're pretty much stuck. You can't transfer them out of them. When you earn membership points, you do have that flexibility. If there's no reward seats in Velocity, you can transfer them to Qantas or Cathay Pacific or Singapore Airlines, whichever airline partners the bank actually partners with. Now, for me personally, I earn Amex Platinum membership points. It gives me the most amount of airline partners in Australia to transfer my points to. You don't have to earn those type of membership points. Most of the major banks have membership point options. Just check which airline partners they partner with. If you do want to compare between cards and figure out which type of card is going to work best for you, just Google compare credit cards membership points Australia. There'll be a comparison website. Go ahead, weigh up the annual fees, credit limits. Those sort of things are all very important when choosing a credit card. The next thing that you want to pay particular attention to is going to be the point earn rate. Now, the app that I'm going to introduce to you in a second, which will allow you to earn points on all of the expenses that you're going to spend money on, relies on that earn rate. Another reason I love the Amex Platinum card is because the earn rate per dollar spend is extremely high. For every dollar that I spend on normal expenses, I'm earning 2.25 membership points per dollar. If you have a lower tier card and that earn rate is not as strong, it's going to greatly impact this strategy, because this strategy is all about earning points on every single dollar that we spend. We really need to be ensuring that we are going to earn the most amount of points for every dollar that we spend. Now, once we've found a card that we're happy with, we're earning membership points ideally, otherwise you can get Qantas or Velocity points, and we understand the amount of points we're going to earn per dollar spend, how do we go about and actually use our card on every single expense, such as rent or paying money to the government for tax bills, or maybe we're paying BAS bills, maybe we're paying council rates, and how do we go about and use our Amex card on websites that don't allow us to use our Amex card, for example, paying the government? Well, that is where the app called Sniip comes in. Sniip is spelt S-N-I-I-P, and you can find it on the App Store. Download the app called Sniip. When you download Sniip, you can then link your credit card within Sniip, and pretty much Sniip acts as a third-party payment processor. What I mean by that is if you have a tax bill, for example, you have a $10,000 tax bill that the government wants you to pay, there will be a BPay and a reference number on that bill. Now, what you can do with that is you can upload that into Sniip. From here, Sniip will then pay that bill, and they will charge your credit card to Sniip. Your credit card company sees it as a payment to Sniip, which is a private company, and not a payment to the government. This means you're going to earn full points because you're paying a private company and you're not paying the government, which you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. This means you can earn full points because it's seen as you paying a private company as opposed to paying the government. Now, your first reaction is probably that this whole thing sounds a little bit dodgy. And to be honest, when I first heard about it, that was my initial thought as well. But then I had a look at a Queensland Council rates notice. If you're in Queensland, go ahead and take a look at a rates notice. Sniip is actually printed on the official Queensland rates notice. It's endorsed by the Queensland government. It's a very legitimate way to start earning points on all of these places that usually wouldn't accept your credit card. Now, this doesn't just work for council rates. It works for pretty much everything. You can even pay your rent. You can pay bank accounts as well. Whatever bill you have, just upload it into Sniip, and then Sniip will then give you some prompts on how you can go about and pay that bill with your credit card. Now, something very important to mention is that this does involve a surcharge, and that surcharge will fluctuate between if it's a personal expense versus a business expense. This means if Sniip recognizes that this charge is going to likely be a business expense, for example, a company's BAS statement, and it's seen as a business expense, the surcharge is going to be about 2.19%. In an ideal world, we will be using this strategy for personal expenses predominantly. When we use Sniip for personal expenses, that surcharge goes all the way down to about 1.29%. Now those rates I'm giving you are for the Amex Platinum card. It will be very similar for most of the other cards as well, but you can see that that fee is almost halved when we're using it for personal expenses. Now, in order for you to figure out what sort of bills in your lifestyle are going to work best for this, I'd recommend uploading a few bills to the Sniip platform. It's then going to show you what sort of surcharge is associated with that. And then you can create a system to figure out which bills are going to be worthwhile using Sniip for. Now, the only thing to mention in addition to this is sometimes Sniip won't be able to be used for some bills. In particular, I've seen body corporate Strata rates. They seem to be blocked. You can't use them on Sniip. The way around that is by using another website called Deft. I think Deft must have the exclusive rights on this or something, but Deft is pretty much identical to Sniip. It's just a different website. You can upload your bill to Deft and you can pay it using that platform. When you use Deft, same thing, you're going to pay a surcharge, but it will allow you to earn points on that expense. Now, same as anything, anytime we are earning points, they are not necessarily going to be for free. Like I said before, you are going to pay a surcharge, so you will have to weigh up if paying extra for that surcharge is going to be worthwhile for you to earn those points. Now, if you do need help figuring out if it is worthwhile using this surcharge in order to book flights, it will greatly depend on the type of flight that you are trying to book. For example, if you're trying to use your points to book economy flights domestically, for example, Sydney to Brisbane, often those sort of flights are going to unlock about 1 to 2 cents worth of value for every point that you redeem. Therefore, if you are paying the business expense surcharge and you're doing that at 2.19%, you are effectively just throwing money away, so it's probably not going to be worthwhile. Instead, this system only really makes sense if you're going to use them for international long-haul business class flights. These sort of flights will basically be lie-flat business class seats, for example, Australia to USA, or to Europe, or to Dubai, those sort of long-haul 15-hour plus flights. Now, I have talked about redemption values plenty of times on this channel. Just go ahead and look through my other videos. If you do need more help, check out that link in the video description. In there, you'll find my Patreon group where you'll get exclusive access to me to ask me any questions that you need regarding frequent flyer points. Inside my Patreon group, I also help my members find the very best business class reward seats. So when they have these points, they can then go ahead and use them on those long-haul international business class flights. That's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. And other than that, I will see you in the next one.